Hello chaps, it is day 23 in the Age of Wonders play-by-email game. And we have a problem, which is these guys. I've already been playing this turn for a bit before I started recording, and I panicked and I sent the Highman player two bitchy messages. The first was, well, it looks like you're going to give my army something to do, because at that point it looked like they were just going to roll over and take this town, which would be terrible for me. But then I sent him a second message saying correctly, I forgot about the diplomacy rules. When you have a peace treaty, you have to break it and then wait a day before you can actually attack another player. Otherwise, peace treaties wouldn't mean anything. So that day's grace period is going to give me time to bring this guy, and this guy into the garrison, and train another archer. So instead of having an elephant, and 5 archers, we will have an elephant and 10 archers. Which means we're going to be fine. At least in that town. They could declare war on me, and then go and attack this tower, or attack this town, or this place. Damn it, I was right to panic. Or they could go down here and attack this city, but I have a huge garrison there, so that's not an issue. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with them. I have both of these armies down here. I have one over here, including down this cavern, and another here that was fighting the halflings. These armies are basically done down there. They can go elsewhere. So I am going to be taking them over here, where the action is going to be very clearly in about 5 turns or 10 turns. Things are going to get very, very lively down here, so I need to be ready. Now the question is, which way do I go? I could go this way, or I could go this way. I don't really want to fight the undead. I have a peace treaty with them, and the elves are too weak to be a threat, so I'm not going to attack them. So going this route isn't really that important. I scouted these caves down here, and it looks like there's not much down here, so next turn maybe there will be though. I'm not sure if there's a route right here. It's very frustrating that I wasn't able to scout it fully. If there is stuff down here, then I want to use this route. But if there isn't, then I want to use this route, because then I have the option of going up here. And it's a bit like chess. Any strategic game is a bit like that, of course. You'd rather go by a route that has many options, if the situation changes. If I took this route, I could have the option of invading up here if the Frostlings declare war on me, which they might. They have a lot of troops. They have to declare war on someone. Now, the Halflings were defeated quite recently, so they're not going to send another army here until I bring these troops up. So I don't have to worry about keeping any large garrison here, just enough to ethnically cleanse these villages, migrating to Dark Elves, as you can see. I have a large Dark Elf garrison here, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's nothing in these caves, so I'll go by this route. And one particular reason that I want to go by this route is that... Oh shit, I took the Lizardman Archer by accident. I should have sent him over the water. What an idiot. See, this is why Lizardmen are OP. It takes them 6 turns to get there. It takes this Lizardman 3 turns, because he just goes over here. Now, if I do fight against the Frostling army, I'm probably not going to do it by shifting these troops over here to fight the Frostling army. No, I'm going to do it by attacking up here where the Frostling army isn't. So let's see how this goes. That's a nice little withdrawal. She can go that way. Notice how my entire strategy has changed just because of an Archon party that's probably just scouting. It's an extremely well-equipped scouting party, really made me panic. This halfling slinger was seduced by my latest of pain, and now he's unhappy about serving an evil master. So we're going to use him as a scout. And Jesus Christ, that is a demon. And I think that's an undead creature of some type. So yeah, we're not going to fight that crypt anytime soon. Let's see what else we've got going. So my plan with this army down here, now that I've captured this walled lizardman city, it has my leaders here, and I was able to get some experience from the battles I fought against that garrison. And I've leveled her defense score up to 7. She's my leader. I've leveled my hero's score up to 5. Defense is very important for a hero. You don't want them to die. And it means that they can plunge into battle and get more experience from killing people without dying. So yeah, my plan now is to take them with those troops, maybe capture this town, but most importantly just win battles against the halflings and get some experience. So yeah, the orcs were very rude and they killed one of my scouts, but I killed one of their swordsmen with the scout, so that was fine. I think the orcs probably aren't going to pose too much of a threat because they're busy fighting the elves, and the same for the elves, except that the elves are losing and the orcs are winning. But also I don't mind if the orcs take this town. If they do, then it'll just give the frostlings a motive to fight the orcs instead of me. But I think my border with the frostlings is so long that we just have to declare war on each other. It's inevitable at this point. If one of us doesn't, the other will. And I'm sure Centauria will realise that too. She's had great fun expanding against presumably independence. And she could expand up here too, but then if her army moves away up here and I invade here, it's so far away, she's just conceded her lands. And she has a strong hero. That's almost a level, that's almost 2 levels ahead of my hero, I think, or at least 1 level ahead. And they might be working in concert with the Highmen, because this army just traipsed right through Frostling domains into mine. I don't appreciate that, Mr. Frostling. So I definitely need to be able to attack up here. If I'm not able to attack up here, then that would just be incompetent. I need to be able to do that, for sure. And on that note, I'm actually going to change this to a battering ram. If he sees that I have a battering ram there, she'll be, I think it's it is a he. The Frostlings will not be pleased if they see a battering ram, because a battering ram is a very aggressive item. Oh, and there's another thing, this water node was captured by the Frostlings, and they did it with an Elven Ranger. And I can't see the Elven Ranger because, of course, Elven Rangers have concealment, which means they're scouts. They can just stand here and see everything I do, and I won't even know. And I think they might even have wall climbing too. They could stand here in a few turns and take the city for free, and then go back into the trees. It is so obnoxious. I really need a troop with true sight. Whether humans can train anyone with true seeing. Does the human charlatan have true seeing? Because he's a mage type unit. And he doesn't. How about dark elves? We have some big dark elf cities. Nope, not elves, dark elves. Wow, even the Incarnate doesn't have true seeing. That's pretty bad for us. Who else do we have? Lizardmen? Why would lizardmen? So lizardmen basilisks do have true seeing, but we don't have any 4-hex lizardmen towns. We have a 3-hex Azrek town. Please tell me beholders have true seeing. Yeah, they do. So at some point we can develop this town, which is very safe. It's very well placed. It's definitely the town I want to develop because it's the one I'm least likely to lose. And we can train a beholder here to deal with all these pesky scouts. And I think this is my turn mostly finished. What's this guy doing? Oh, I forgot I left him there. That is a terrible place to leave your troops, okay? If an enemy army was here and they attacked here, if they attacked the swordsman, even if they didn't have any wall crushing to invade the city, it would draw out the garrison to defend this one guy, and that would be a disaster. So, yeah, Dark Elf swordsmen are very weak. They only have 2 damage, bad defense and attack stats. So we definitely want to get them killed. We need to send them to the front lines immediately. Their maintenance cost is quite obnoxious. So I think that's all there is really to say. The Frostlings are a big issue, and we are going to declare war on them in the next 5 or 10 turns, probably. The Highmen, I'm pretty sure this is a single stack. I don't see why they'd keep people. They can't possibly realise that I can see them from this watchtower, so they have no reason to keep troops behind here. And in fact, they would keep their heroes behind if they did know that this tower was here, and that would have tricked me actually. But yeah, we're a bit worried about the Highmen, but not very much. It wouldn't make sense for the Highmen, whose kingdom is up here, to walk past the Frostling towns to attack me. I don't think such an alliance between the Frostlings and Highmen would be very practical for very long. The Halflings are played by an AI, so they're not a threat. The Elves have lost to the Orcs, so they're not a threat. The Undead are at peace with me, and they're also AI, so they're not a threat. The Orcs aren't a threat because I have this advanced post I don't mind losing, and they're at war with the Elves. So it's really only the Frostlings that I have to go to war with. Which is why I moved this stack up here. Maybe I should train another Orc swordsman actually. And I should start training elephants again. You know, I think I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to take the plunge and prepare for a full-blown war against the... Let's not train battering rams, let's train elephants. I think it's... Now is the time to declare war on the Frostlings. Before they attack me, I think it's inevitable that they will. And their army is all the way over here. It would not take them very long to come back here. Are they training priests? That's an interesting choice. Let's even train some dire penguins, just because. Yeah, I think it's time to go into full war mode, although I think my objective is defend this town with a 16 strong garrison. Even if the enemy takes it, they'll pay a lot for it. And my other objective is defend this town with an archer garrison. And my third objective is to take these towns, probably without much resistance. I don't think they have many troops up here. My fourth objective is to get my leaders some battle experience against the Halfling AI. And my fifth objective might actually be to make peace, or we're already at peace, but to make an agreement with the Highmen to attack the Frostlings, which they might do themselves actually. So I think this turn is basically over. Let's have a look at our magic. That's the only thing I have left to check. That's a good research. I'm glad I'm researching that. But we have way too much mana. We have 160 mana. We don't need that much. So we're going to do that. And we also need to cast more spells. We've been very, very lazy and basically incompetent with casting spells. We need to summon spiders. Like, if you have 160 mana and you're not using it, that's absolutely game losing. Why don't I have spiders? I should have spiders. And they have web, they have wall climbing, so they're very strong. I don't think I need to use them. I could actually use them with my leader, and they can web people in battle, and then the leader can attack it for free. Or I could send it up north to be useful here. I don't know. We'll just have to see. So yeah, I'm just cycling through my unmoved troops. I think this turn is basically over. I could add some more troop reduction at human cities, but human archers just aren't really that good. So, like here, do I really want to train human archers here? I'd rather just have a little better income and a little bit less mediocre troops clogging up my maintenance. So yeah, I'm going to press end turn. And away we go.